All right, guys. So today I'm going to go through a mistake that I see all the time when players are using and training with DTO. And the biggest mistake I think you can make with DTO is to click this button right here, which says Instant Play. Now, what this does is it just pulls random spots for you to study. Maybe we're going to butcher some of this. You can see we already did, and we just fold now. Interestingly, I didn't even know what the spot was, right? And so that's what is exactly what I wanted to show you guys today, because I didn't even look. Let's retry it. So we didn't even see, okay, it's 10 big blind, single raise pot. We just defended the big blind against the button open. Of course, we're not going to lead on this board. Like, that would just be really, really ridiculous. So that's the thing. You want to focus on specific spots. You don't just want to play random spots. So maybe it's good for a warm up to do it like this. But honestly, I think you want to be focused and specific with the study that you're doing. Limped pot, 75 big blinds, absolutely no idea in this spot. Let's go for a check. Let's just turn the nuts. I'm going to go small bet. He calls. Okay. And river. I don't think we want to. Oh, there's a straight on board, some flushes. I mean, we have the best hand on most of the time, but he can still have a flush for sure. So I'm going to go half pot. Nope, that's not right. 34 is not right. Jamming is the right answer. Okay, well, we are butchering it left, right, and center today. So we should have gone for a bet on the flop, but yeah, we can jam river, and yeah, his range for getting to the river doesn't seem to be too wide. I mean, maybe we just cooler him when he has a jack, but he is actually going to fold some hands as well on this run out. So it's not like he calls all the time, and therefore we just massively cooler him because he's calling 100% because he's playing the board. So yeah, but anyway, this is we've done 2 random spots now. What's this one? 60 big blinds, single raised pot, low jack versus button. I'm going to start with the check, and I'm going to check call the flop. We have 2 overs and a backdoor flush draw. I'm going to go for a check. I mean, on the face of it, it looks like a fold, but he can definitely have some hands that we still beat. He can be bluffing in this spot. So I think call is good. Clearly not. That is not the right answer. We should just go ahead and fold. Let's have a quick look at their response. So obviously, ace king of diamonds is always going to call. How big did he bet? Maybe we missed out. Yeah, overbet. Okay, fair enough. So the key thing here is that it's just a sort of like a random set of spots, and so we're not making any progress. And you can see already I've butchered some spots. Butchering's fine, like this is how we're going to learn. But really we want to be focusing on specific spots. So it's much better to choose your spot instead, and and to go from there. So for example, let's say that one of your weaknesses is that you are not c-betting enough in position against the big blind. You could do single raise pot, 30 big blinds. You could make sure that, say, low jack versus big blind, and you can click and play this spot as well. And let's say you just want to focus on in position. That would be absolutely fine. I always recommend doing both, like playing in position and out of position, so you get a really good idea and understanding and feel for what's going on. So we're going to go for a small bet. We'll see how we do here. Okay, well, he's got some 5 deuce suited. He can have some like ace 2, ace 5. He's going to start folding 4x and 3x. So I think we either small bet or check. I'm going to go small bet this time. He calls, and then river, I think I'm just going to check back. Let's see how we did. 22 out of 28. Let's see. We can do some big betting on the turn. We can actually do some bigger betting on the flop as well. That's pretty good to see. Let's carry on through. I'm going to go big bet here. That's a nice turn card. I'm going to go small bet on the turn, and then I'm just going to jam river for value. 30 out of 30. We are cooking. All right, and low board, big bet or check. I think, although the 4 or 2 on the bottom can be. Sometimes we're going to see some small bets. With an overcard and a backdoor flush draw, I think I'm going to check and let's go from there, see what happens. At this point, we can definitely get some better hands to fold, but we're also getting some worse hands to fold than our hand. So I'm kind of torn here. I think this is a spot that I haven't studied too much when it goes check check. But yeah, we're kind of sort of somewhere in the middle. That we can get some better hands to fold, of course, but we also just fold out a lot of hands that we're way ahead of anyway. I go for a check this time. We revert king, and I'm just torn between 50 and 90 here. Let's see. I think he's going to do some blocking. Does he block at all? So I think I'm going to go 50 and try and get heroed. Okay, 29 out of 41. So interestingly, good. We got a good, but we missed some stuff here for sure. So small bet on the flop. I did mention this. Though I said it was more likely to be big bet and check, right? But when we see like these two low cards, we start to have small bet, and actually there's not much checking at all. So it's just small bet. So that's really good to know. As played though, checking turns seems fine, and then we can go for this 90%. And I said, look, 50 and 90 is probably going to be the answer here. All right, so to wrap things up, guys, you want to be really focused and specific with your study. As we mentioned in our book, Purposeful Practice for Poker, being focused and specific with any kind of poker study is just going to lead to better results, to quicker improvement. So it's really important that you're training in the right way, but it's also important to know what you need to work on. And I think a lot of the time, players will go into DTO and they'll just run sort of the random spots and go through and get better, which is great. But how do you know what your leaks are? And that's the key component of my training program. Is we kick things off by identifying your biggest pre-flop and post-flop leaks, so you know exactly what to work on. And so you might not be c-betting enough in position against the big blind. You might be c-betting too much out of position. You might not be check raising enough from the big blind against in position. These are all things that we can identify, and then we can use DTO to drill and to train in the right way. If you're interested in finding out more about train and play like the pros, drop the comment training down below, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.